Alright, so recently we got hit by, once again, another survey. So we got two in this month. Now, I think one person asked me in one of my streams a bit of a concern about the game and where it's going if they have to put out two servers for this. Personally, I'm looking at this, I'm like, free cubes, bro. I'll take free cubes. But it got me thinking afterwards that maybe there is something going on with the game that people want to, or the developers and publishers want to improve the aspects and the gameplay and all that jazz for the game. So I filled out the first one, but I'm not gonna fill out the second one for you guys. A lot of these questions are asking like, what are the most important things and all that jazz for me. Now, personally, I shouldn't be filling this out for you guys on stream because that's for up to your discretion. So I'm not gonna tell you guys my actual answers, but a lot of these questions are asking like things that will get people to stick around. I think a lot of the problems that Azur has is people sticking around long term, because from what I've noticed in my Discord and my viewer base, I see a lot of people coming in, they're new players, but then after like maybe 2 or 3 months, they're gone. Like you never see them ever again. Now, given a lot of games have that problem, people stick around for 2 or 3 months and they dip. But I feel like gacha games are a little bit different. Gacha games are one of those games where people stick around every now and then because it takes like no effort. Because I feel like nowadays gaming, because they're so like chilled out, you don't have to like do much. People come back like more often than people like quitting for good. So that's how I feel. But I feel like this game in particular has that feeling where after maybe like a good month of grinding it out, you're gonna hit that wall of like, wow, this is actually like boring or something. Whether it's too grindy, the gameplay's not suitable for you, you can't get everything you want. All these things are lined up for why some people don't like to play this game long term. And again, I'm not gonna go through every one of these questions. I'll probably go through like some of them. I'm not gonna show out like an actual fill out or whatever. So I'll show you guys like a template, but I'm not gonna give you guys like my actual answer. Like for example, getting ultra rare ships and limited skins. Let's go ahead and go to the next one. And interesting, like experience. What are problems affecting your gameplay experience? You see, a lot of these questions are asking about people like what gets people to stick around, what gets people to enjoy the game a lot more. I think again, a lot of problems here is that the game is structured. A lot of the game structure is designed for like a 2014 gacha. If you guys remember back in like Summer's War days, Brave Frontier days, Seven Nights days, these Generation 1 gacha games, a lot of the game structure is based around these kind of things. Girls Frontline. And nowadays, a lot of games have like skip features. It has like, I don't know, like short dailies and whatever whatever is nowadays people use like auto repeat and stuff like that. And a lot of these things this game doesn't have. Now I will say this: they shouldn't follow the structure because those games should be doing what they're doing, and this game should be doing what it's doing. I feel that that's fine. What they should be doing as of right now is just enticing the game. Like honestly, if you have 2 surveys, right? You're asking like why people like are what they like, how they like get people to stick around or whatever. Ask yourself this question: what have you guys released in the past maybe 1.5 years that is in quality of life, more skins, more events, that makes this game actually like improving as a whole? Because honestly, I feel like the past maybe 2 years, this game has been in a stale state. Like, we get new meta fight, cool. We get new gear, we get new ships, cool. But outside of that, nothing has changed. Chapter 14 has been around for about 2 years now. I think, yeah, almost 2 years now. OS hasn't seen anything harder than Arbiters. And even then, we have 3 new Arbiters, and none of that is in the game. I put that in my last review, by the way. What they want, like, hey, if you just instantly want to give feedback on, please let us know. I put, we have 3 new Arbiters. Why aren't they updated yet? Why aren't we getting new Arbiters in the game? Like, there's like, it's based off Arcanas, right? There's like 20 Arcanas right now. And we only have 3 Arbiters that we can fight legitly. I don't count Devil EX fight as an Arbiter fight because that's for 2 weeks only. And even then it was 125 cap, not 130. So you have all these things, but you won't add them into the game. I don't know what's hesitant. Like why can't the developers just add in like Arbiters? Chapter 15 requires the level 130 cap. Maybe do that as well too. Improve cat feature. That's an update that hasn't been touched. You scrapped Submarine, but you won't overhaul Submarine as a whole. Like nothing has really changed dynamically about this game that isn't just quality of life or just more events. I feel like as of right now, they're too scared to make that push into extensive boundaries that's beyond what we currently have, and just catering more towards how can we get more people to stick around and make the quality of life very, very good. Now, don't get me wrong. That's fine. Every game should go through this quality of life aspect for a game. Like they should make it so it's more cared towards how people want to play the game nowadays in 2023 versus 2015, right? But that's not the only thing they should be doing. Not only is quality of life important as well too, they have to improve on actual content in the game. Like it doesn't take that much effort to get to chapter 13 nowadays. It really doesn't. Like after you understand basic mechanics, it's not that difficult. And then once you get to chapter 14, you may be stuck there for a bit. But once you figure that out, you beat chapter 14, OS, then what, right? That's basically all their game is. And then once you get to the absolute end game, it's just farming permastats, getting all ships to 120, one-tapping Arbiter hards, and meta 15s, and that's pretty much it. That's pretty much the game for you guys. And then if you're an absolute endgame player like me, you're pretty much waiting for new UR events at this point, which is 4 times a year. So there's no like big hype around it because all these updates aren't like extreme. If you guys remember back in like late 2020 or something, right? When we first got Operation Siren, how hyped was Operation Siren coming out? It was insane. I did a 10 or 12 hour stream that day or that week, like multiple days. I peaked on Twitch for the first time since I started playing this game with that update. It was a blast. It was fun. This is the kind of update this game needs that will be like, wow, let's get all the players back into the game. This is cool, right? Like add new chapters in OS. Make it enticing. Like OS could be really fun, but they didn't touch it aside from just like quality of life changes, more gears, and they added new Arbiter fights, which is really cool. And that's pretty much it. Nothing else has changed. It's still a chore, and that's it. Like you ask anyone today that has been doing OS for more than a year now, it's a chore. It's not fun anymore. They have to keep improving on this, add more stuff to it to keep it more enticing. So that's my big thing right there. A lot of these questions here are asking like, how can we improve this or whatever? Well, how can we improve this or whatever, right? I'll answer these in a bit. But again, look, a lot of this is like compared to the time before, how many time you spent on past Azur Lane, it reduced a lot. I'm not gonna lie. I spent less time on Azur Lane this time around compared to before. Now, given I've been addicted to other games right now, but again, I'm just not playing this game as much anymore because I'm done. The game is stagnated for me. I'm out of stuff to do, and they won't improve on any other content like Chapter 15, Chapter 13 hard mode, new Arbiters. I've been asking for this for years now. I want more. It's just all my hype now are just waiting for new UR events, and I've coped with it and I settled with it, and I just at this point, I'm just excited for new URs at this point. Like even PR, I know for a fact they're not going to do a live stream for the new PR season next month, so I can look forward to that. But it won't be like oh my god, I'm super excited to watch the stream. No, they're just going to be like PR5. They release it on Twitter and they'll be like, okay, cool. There's no hype around it. All the hype now for this game is built around UR events at this point. So yeah, there's that. So that's all I gotta say about Azur Lane as of right now. I have many things to say about this game, honestly. But again, the best way to improve it, I know this game is super grindy, but that's one reason why people play Azur Lane is because they know they can get anything they want, assuming they grind enough for it. Now, dog space is a thing that has to be considered as well too. But for the most part, though, you grind the game out, you get what you want. Combat is kind of whatever. Maybe they'll improve on it. But honestly, I think content's the biggest thing here because Personally, I played games with far worse combat, far worse gameplay than Azur Lane, and I've played these games for many, like for a long time as well too. Now, given Azur Lane is probably like my longest game I've played so far because of YouTube or whatever, but I played games far worse than this. But they just have so much content that I don't really care about how the combat is. I just want to go through the content. So again, this game needs far more content, albeit there's not a lot of people at end game, mainly because people aren't enticed to get to end game and they quit the game after 2 or 3 months. You got to realize this. All right. So that's my take on these past surveys. Nothing against the developers or whatever. I'm just giving my 5 cents. I want this game to get better, obviously, for multiple reasons. But again, I made this video maybe about a week ago talking about my idea for improving this game, 6 UR events, and that's part of it because again, I've coped with the fact that this game won't get many enticing updates nowadays for whatever reason, and I would just rather have more UR events because hey, UR events means more hype for the game, more new players in the game. That's good for revenue, right? So yeah. Anyways, though, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave comments about what you guys think are the current problems that this game is currently having and all that jazz. I want to know about them. And yeah, thanks for watching as always. I'm out of here. I'm going to fill out the survey for real now. And I'll see you guys in the next video.